Welcome to Future Foodcast. I'm Pam Linemither, your host. Tomorrow's food business ecosystem is really getting challenged. We are looking forward to introducing you today to some innovation going on that's really going to affect the future of food. I have with me Edwin Bark. He is the Senior Vice President with Redefine Meat. Welcome to the podcast, Edwin. We are so glad to have you and dive into some of the advances that you are working on at Redefine Meat. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do there?
We do a whole lot, but maybe to start at the very beginning, what I like to tell is actually it's a bit romantic, but it's really true. Is that I've met our founder Eschar literally 6 years ago. It was at the campus of Wageningen University in the Netherlands, and it was an F&A Next conference where there were a lot of startups, venture capitalists, private equity, corporates, all talking about the future of food. And at that time, I was working for another large corporate active in plant-based meat, and I thought, well, let's go around and see what's out there and what kind of relevant innovations may be interesting for us to work with. And then I spoke to Eschar, and most startup founders already had some kind of an NPV or at least something to show. Eschar literally had only a laptop with a video of a sizzling steak. And I said, well, what are you going to do? And he said, yeah, we'll be the first to make a plant-based whole cut, a plant-based steak, because we love meat. We know we're not going to, in our generation, we're not going to convince the whole world to stop eating meat, loving meat. And the thing that is today truly missing is a whole cut, the real meat experience. And Eschar and his co-founder, Adam Lahav, they both come from the tech industry and learned through the possibilities of additive manufacturing, actually, what kind of magic you can do with those kind of advanced technologies. So his idea was, we're going to use additive manufacturing with the help of plant-based ingredients and create the first whole cut steak in the world. And that's how he started. And I liked his story. He was, and he still is, of course, still very purpose driven. So he clearly wants, and we all want to contribute to repairing the food system, which is a broken food system. We know we can't feed the world as is. So if we continue consuming the way we do today, there won't be enough land, there won't be enough clear water, and basically there will be way too much CO2 out. So we have to act now. And a plant-based meat portfolio that leverages those additive manufacturing technologies, but also other conventional technologies, is the solution. So that was 6 years ago. Then I was asked to join the advisory board quite soon after this very warm meeting with Eschar. Then in 2021, we made actually fantastic progress, both in terms of product development and in terms of raising funds. So he then asked me to join the leadership team, and so become an operational member of the leadership team and set up the activities of the company in the EMEA region. And so I took on that challenge. And so since 2021, we've been building a factory in the Netherlands that has a capacity of 5,000 to 7,000 tons annually. We've opened up go-to-market teams in the UK, in London, in Germany, for the DACH region, as we call it, so Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And now we have teams in Sweden, in France, and in Italy, and covering already 10 countries in Europe.
That's quick.
So that's kind of what I do, and where we are today is, we've consciously chosen to go first for the food service channel, which is a very strategic channel to build this industry, basically. And it's not a coincidence, because Eschar was convinced that if we really want to make a change, what matters truly is quality and versatility. So from day one, we started working with Michelin chefs, meat experts, butchers, and we brought food technologists and hardware and software developers together to analyze what makes meat, and that's composed of hundreds of molecules. But also, what kind of technologies can we apply to create something that what we would call today new meat? Right. And this quality is best expressed in the food service channel, where you have, let's say, the culinary arts of the chef. And we believe that if you really want to make an impact, you have to convince the carnivores. So we love the vegans, we love the flexitarians, the vegetarians, But we know that if we really want to make an impact, actually it is about converting the carnivores and bringing them into the category with a product that delivers the same meaty experience as the animal version.
And I think in the plant-based meat space, what you just said, Edwin, is really what's missing is that same experience that you're referring to, the same mouthfeel, the same sinewy part of like a real piece of meat. And so share with us a little bit. That I think is a huge differentiator in the plant-based meat space. You're not really a plant-based meat as some of the other plant-based meats are.
No, yeah. So I think our approach is quite distinctive in the industry. First of all, the way we express our brand. I'm sure that you've looked at our website and you will see that everything we do is very meaty. We know from research that actually the meat lovers, the non-users of the category, they don't like so much everything that is green and vegan and veggie. Because they think they need to compromise already on too many things. But the last thing they want to compromise on is on meat. So
Right,
we've made
right.
it on purpose very meaty. And we actually believe actually that the leveraging of new technologies and innovative plant-based ingredients can truly help us reaching this level of parity in terms of meaty experience.
Right. Well, what are some of the benefits to having the new meat as opposed to the regular meat? Because there are other implications.
Yeah, so first of all, we really try to mimic the composition of meat by using plant-based ingredients. So from a nutritional perspective, it's rich in proteins, it's low in fat, it's low in salt, and it's even fibrous. So proteins and fibers are super important for your health. It completely fits into a healthy lifestyle, and that's clearly something that we would like to promote. Although, our main claim is not that, people have to eat because it's healthy. We really want to invite everyone to enjoy our meat because it is a very tasty experience. And that's actually, we have proof points for it. We've since our go-to market in 2001, we've now over 6,000 locations where our meat is being sold within the food service channel, ranging from big hotel chains like Hilton. We recently got an agreement with IKEA. We have steakhouse chains, burger chains, and they serve it mostly in the main menu. So it's no longer a distinctive choice that is put on the right bottom of the menu. It's completely integrated in the main menu with the same wording. We obviously like to show and share that it is a redefined burger or a redefined steak, so people get it. We're not trying to mislead them, but it is an important factor because when groups are around the table, generally speaking, people don't like to be different when it's about the group dynamic. So integrating it in the main menu not only makes it completely normal for those who consciously want to choose a plant-based or a vegetarian option, but it also makes it very easy for the non-users, the meat lovers, saying, well, hang on, actually this looks actually very interesting. Let's give it a try. And on the base of the high repeat purchase that we see, we know that we're on something right. Yeah.
And that's the key. You want to get that first taste as pointing to why you started dealing with the top level Michelin chefs and the more commercial space, not the individual consumer trying to convince one by one. Put it on a nice menu, have it cooked correctly within a recipe and other cuisine that is of that level. And it's a lot about the experience when we're having food and we're around the table with other people.
Yeah, agreed. No, and I think the importance of chefs is not to say, well, they can make anything of any ingredient. It's actually a demonstration of their belief in the quality and the versatility of ingredients, and especially Michelin chefs, and we have quite a few of them here in Europe. They are so critical with regards to the ingredients and products that they use. They would not put a product on the menu if they wouldn't believe in it, if they don't think it actually does deliver to their expectations.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a crucial part of our strategy.
Yeah, having their acceptance also speaks volumes to the public that's looking to purchase that, because they know they are critical, and that's critical in a positive way, critical in a discerning way, not in a cynical way. I mean, they're really not wanting to put anything on a plate they serve that's not worthy of their name. So
Agreed.
that's really important. Well, on the animal welfare and environmental side, there are also some other impacts, or I guess we should say lack of impact.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to position it. So plant-based meat, to put it very simplistically, has 96% less impact on the planet than animal meat. And especially beef is the most polluting type of meat. And yeah, so the gains in environmental area are massive. And that's why we keep saying, it's so important to convince the meat lovers, because it's literally one of the easiest things every individual on the planet can do to contribute positively to the planet.
Yeah.
And it's not complicated. You don't need to invest. You don't need to change anything drastically. You can just integrate it in your daily consumption pattern. And it's fine if you reduce your meat intake with just one time a year. It's perfect if it's once a month, once a week, or all days of the week. It doesn't matter. It's all about being inclusive and convincing that anyone can make a positive impact.
Yeah, very good. And in the technology space, I think that's a lot of what you were saying. You're a big technology company. You're taking advantage of some of the latest innovation. You mentioned the additive manufacturing word. I know you're using other technology. Is there anything you'd like to share with our audience about that's insightful?
Yeah, no, for sure. So well, first of all, we really sell meat, new meat, as we like to call it. That's what it's all about. And in a way, we're happy to be renowned for the disruptive food tech company using additive manufacturing. But the truth is, we don't use additive manufacturing for all our products. Actually, we have such a versatile portfolio that we have to use multiple technologies. And the same is valid for our proteins. So we use a range of proteins from soy to peas, chickpeas, wheat, rice, potato, and basically we choose those that deliver the best product, that gives the best experience to the consumer. So I like to say that we are both process technology agnostic and protein agnostic, whereas some companies really focus on one specific process technology, let's call it extrusion, and mainly one ingredient, be it peas. And I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm just saying that there is a large benefit of being more flexible in that area and acquiring actually the knowledge and the expertise to apply multiple technologies and multiple sources of proteins, or more, in general, multiple plant-based ingredients.
Right, because there's more than one, like you said, with the broad portfolio that you have, it's not just one process that's going to yield those results for you. So you're just combining sources and technology to come out with the product that you're looking to have. And you're not the only one that's saying it's great. I mean, I saw on your website, you've won several awards over the last few years and been recognized. Are there any key awards or recognitions that you'd like to share with us that are of particular significance in your space?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, we've had many awards already. It started in the early days with Food Buys, with the EIT, what is the European Institute of Technology that promotes innovation in Europe. We've won the Casual Dining Award in London. We've won the Horecava Award in Amsterdam. I mean, plenty of awards every year, basically, when we go to those conferences and exhibitions. We're kind of lucky to always go home with a prize. Yeah,
you're recognized wherever you go. Yeah, I saw on your website, there's a whole list of recognition. So that speaks volumes that the broader industry is recognizing the work that you're doing, Edwin. I think that's very exciting.
Yeah, and in talking about recognition and proof points, one of the things that is very exciting is that obviously our mission is to become the largest meat company in the world. And it's not because we want to say we're the largest, but because we really want to make a positive impact on the planet, on the food system. So after having built a very strong position in the food service channel, we're now entering into the retail channel. And obviously the next step will be to expand geographically. But what we learned from the entrance in the retail channel, which is very rich in data, is that with our brand strategy, with our different target audience and our qualitative and versatile portfolio, we clearly see that we recruit new users to the category. So what we're just talking about, the importance of attracting carnivores into the category, it is happening. So we have data that demonstrate that we are attracting new users and that the repeat purchase of our brand is really on a very high level.
Okay.
So there's really good hopes that we will make a very big impact on the food system. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's very exciting. I really appreciate you being here to share that with us. Is there anything else you'd like to leave with our audience before we go?
No, keep an eye on us. We're not yet in the US, but we're certainly considering new geographies and testing the waters here and there. So yeah, I would say keep an eye on us and let's stay in touch.
Well, thank you. Thanks so much for being on the show with us, Edwin. And viewers and listeners out there, if you'd like to have more interviews like Edwin, or if you want to engage in conversation about this particular topic, please drop us a line. We would love to hear from you. Until next week, I'm Pam Linemiller.
Thanks for listening to Future Foodcast. Future Foodcast is powered by Farm to Plate, the leading food blockchain platform. Subscribe on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts to stay up to date with the very latest innovations in the food industry.